Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and once again we're going to play Empires of the Undergrowth. This is the free play mode, and the victory condition is kill 5 uber creatures. Let's go ahead and just jump into it. I've never played with this
The colony is starving. There is not enough food to feed the new brood.
I'm so sorry. Let's just rectify that immediately. Alright, so I've never actually played this particular victory condition, so I don't know how often these Ubers will spawn, if it's a normal spawn rate, what have you, but that's what we're here to find out. Alright, let's go ahead and start digging toward the entrance. We'll go ahead and put some sort of storage over here, too. Alright, I'm thinking down here. Well, that's just great. No immediate food around our base, and we've got some really nasty creatures right on the surface. Now, if they would leave and we can get to that, that would be awesome. It looks like they've changed Towhead a little bit. There used to be a ramp toward the very top of the map that led down into this little valley here. There's some fish. Unfortunately, I guess this is the best source of food that we're gonna get. Alright. Alright, let's go ahead and start building some new chambers. I'm thinking maybe the wood ants and our black ants. I think we'll start. Alright, this is going to be a smidge risky. I don't think we want to go over there. No, all in on this. What are you guys doing to me? Well, they're dead. I was hoping it'd be like a 8-on-1 situation, but what's with the pathfinding? Holy cow, this ant. All right. Let's grab that.
workers have done all they can to improve these food stores.
I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but hello, Allah? A-L-A-A. Maybe it's probably safer if I just call you 1333. Oh, that's not good. It looks like a new spider nest just cropped up. Oh, okay. We should probably regroup here. There's a praying mantis on the surface. Oh, okay, cool. I'm glad that you watched me on YouTube. Oh, that poor ant. Alright, so I guess we'll just camp this little spider nest until it disappears. I think they despawn after we destroy all the spiders if that look. Oh my goodness. Speaking of spiders. This thing's on a rampage. This thing means business. Alright, we gotta do something about him. There we go. I've never heard of Mr. America. I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean, this spider? What about this? What spider are you referring to? Oh, wonderful. Okay, should probably retreat. Alright, well, let's see if we can actually do something about this. Oh, hold on. Doesn't look like those two are gonna fight. It's kind of weird. Oh wow, the spawn rates on this are much higher now. That's awesome.
The workers have done all they can to improve this highway. The workers have done all they can to improve these food stores. The workers have done all they can to improve this highway. The workers have done all they can to improve these food stores.
I have no idea when the Uber comes. It's a random spawn thing.
The workers have done all they can to improve these food stores. The workers have done all they can to improve these food stores. The workers have done all they can to improve this highway. workers have done all they can to improve these food stores.
Hi, Ishwa, how are you? I'm okay. A little bit of a headache, but other than that, I'm alright. Yeah, I mean, I took an Excedrin for it, but it's not doing a whole lot. I really don't want to take an ibuprofen. I'm not really supposed to anyway. I mean, 2 days before surgery, you're not really supposed to take medicine that would thin your blood. So, I'm trying not to take headache medicine, but I may have to anyway. What games are you playing nowadays? Cool. How do you like Warframe? I think I've played it once or twice back in the day, but isn't that like an online MMO first-person shooter of some sort? If I remember correctly. It's been years since I've touched it. Third-person space shooter. Oh, okay. I have Minecraft, but I've been having issues trying to convert it into the Microsoft version. Like, I owned the Notch version from a long time ago, the Mojang version. And for whatever reason, I couldn't convert it into the Microsoft version. So, I mean, I can still play it, I think, but I won't be able to play with other people that have the Microsoft version. It's stupid. Like, I hate what they've done with it. I may have to just buckle down and buy another copy of Minecraft on the Microsoft Store and have at it again. Assuming I want to play with, you know, other people. I think my son plays Minecraft. So... Did you get far in your playthrough, or are you still testing the water, so to speak? In a very old playthrough on the console, I made it to the Nether, but I was never able to find the dragon and kill it. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I looked it up on Google, and there were steps to convert your key, but I think my issue is that the Microsoft Store is a bit messed up in the sense that there's an Xbox Live account and there's a Microsoft Store account. And for some reason, I've got two different Xbox accounts or something, so I think I redeemed it to the one that wasn't connected to my... I don't know. It's like... it's messed up. I hate the Microsoft Store, and it's just not very user-friendly at all. So long story short, I'm having account issues that, you know, like I can sign in and stuff, but what is linked to what, I could never figure it out. I'm getting old. I miss the old days where you could just buy the cartridge from the store, plop it into the system, and play it. No online, you know. At the same time, you don't get patches, though, so, you know, back then, there were no patches, so when a game was released in a buggy mess, that was it. Like, you know, you were kind of screwed. I've never heard of these Guardians. Is that a new threat after the dragon, or is that something completely different? And are they in the Nether too, or are these Guardians in, like, the overworld? Oh, in the ocean? I've never heard of that. See, the ocean, I thought it was just wide open space. I didn't know there was actually stuff in it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't remember. I've played Minecraft again on the Notch / Mojang version multiple times, multiple maps. The ocean was always just empty space. There was nothing ever there. It sounds like, though, that they've upped the spawn rate for those, I'm guessing. I haven't been keeping up with it. Oh, really? They're infinite now? That's weird. You don't run into any sort of, like, buffering problem where, you know, the further you go out, the more the computer has to store memory for? You know what I mean? It doesn't lag? Or did they fix that problem? I guess they would only render so much of it based on what you can see. Maybe that's how they get around it. And then just store whatever you found in that area in memory. Oh, okay. Well, as long as they figured it out, that's good. You know. I may have to, again... Isn't the Microsoft Store version like $20 or something like that? Or is it like 30 or 40 now? I may have to look into it. Because, like, I have an itch to play Minecraft again. I'm not good at it, but I like the digging, exploration. Like, I love hoarding games where I can go out, explore, loot, mine, and then just hoard. And I love having, like, a gazillion chests all titled and organized, even though I never get anywhere. Like, the fact that I've got a castle and I'm hoarding everything, you know, I don't know, I just get perverse pleasure in doing that in Minecraft. Like, again, even if I don't beat the game or accomplish anything, I love the hoarding and resource aspect of it. Yeah, I do like Terraria. That's another game I need to get back into. I mean, I still have that playthrough from when I was playing, what was it, 6 or 7 months ago? I may have to jump back into it again. There's no way in heck I'm starting over. The only downside of Terraria is that I often pick a small world to play on, and the downside to that is you don't have as many resources to mine. I mean, yeah, there's still a lot, but there's only so many of those shadow orbs that spawn in the corruption areas. So once you're out of those, that's it. I think I've made it though to the fire area, and I'm on what is that thing in the hell area where it's like an eyeball and there's arms? I don't remember what it is, but that's the boss that I'm on. I haven't spawned it yet, but I'm on him. The Wall of Flesh, that's it. Yeah, I have yet to beat it. And from my understanding, once you beat it, it actually opens up like a Terraria New Game Plus. I guess you keep your current playthrough, but like everything changes and now you're seeing new resources, tougher enemies. Like, I'm curious to see what that is. I'm almost afraid to even do it because I find Terraria challenging enough as is, and then for it to change into something harder, like, that would be, I don't know. I would love if Terraria allowed you to build turrets so that you could defend your base. You know what I mean? Like, that would be cool. I also want to give Starbound a try again, because at least in Starbound you could jump from planet to planet. Assuming you've got the technology. Oh, there's an Uber creature.
Somewhere on the surface, a strong creature stirs.
Ooh, it's a
It could be devastating to encounter
green.
unprepared. But with great risk comes great reward.
With great power comes great responsibility. I've never seen a flashing purple Uber. That's so weird. I'm gonna let it come to me. I should probably regroup. I want all of my ants to just team up on this sucker. Oh, it disappeared. There it is. I'm gonna try and open up my screenshot program and see if I can get a picture of it. I'm surprised. Normally the Ubers would attack, like they would beeline to my base. I spoke too soon. Here it comes. These are the worst, because they've got that, like, AoE damage thing. They'll take out, like, a gazillion ants in one hit. It's ridiculous. In Starbound, they did a Dungeon Defenders 2 crossover? Or do you mean Terraria? Oh, okay, that's cool. Is that something special you have to download? Or is that... Because I've never heard of that. This poor thing. It keeps getting sprayed. It's just trying to kill this thing. Maybe now's a good time to attack it. It just keeps getting sprayed. Alright, let's group up. Oh, cool. Is there a character you have to find in order for that to happen, though? I can always Google it. That's weird. Alright. I don't think this thing is coming to us, so we have to come to it. Alright, so it's down here. Oh, here it comes. Oh, we got it. Oh, okay. That's cool.
The workers have done all they can to improve these food stores.
That's a bit of a grind to play Stardew Valley and only fish. As long as you're happy with it, though. As long as you enjoy it. See, I need to do different things to keep myself from going crazy in Stardew Valley. At least mining, there's a combination of combat and mining involved, so I can handle that the most. But fishing just gets tedious. Especially with the minigame being what it is. And then there's my time at Porsche. Like, I want to play that again. Like, there's so many games I want to play, but when I sit down to play it, I'm like, do I really want to sit here for 6 hours and waste my day doing this? I've got other responsibilities. You know, that's the catch-22 of those games. It's like, you can spend months playing it, but then, you know, that's other games that you're not playing that you could be playing. First world problems, I guess.
The workers have done all they can to improve these food stores.
I wish there was a way to speed up the rate of the difficulty. Like, I like to put it on an easy setting to start so that I can get going, but I wish I could, like, ramp up the difficulty, because now I've got almost everything I need, and now I'm just waiting for Ubers to spawn. Like, it would be cool if I could either spawn an Uber on demand, or, like, press a button to increase the difficulty by 10%, 15%, something like that. So developers, if you're watching, I'd love the ability to adjust the difficulty in-game. What do you like about it, if you don't mind me asking? Like, I don't mind the fishing in Stardew Valley, but like I said, it gets tedious. Is there something in particular that you really like about it? Does it relax you, or is it just you enjoy the... You never know what kind of fish you're gonna get next kind of thing? Easy money. So that's the thing, like, that could be said of anything, right, in Stardew Valley. Like, if you get good enough at mining, then, you know, once you get high enough, like, I'm at the point now where I'm getting iridium ore left and right, so you can make a lot of money that way. So it's like, no matter what profession you get into in Stardew Valley, at some point, you'll make a lot of money doing what you're doing. Farming may be a little different, but even with farming, if you've got sprinklers doing all the watering for you, all you have to do is plant it and then harvest once it's all done. And if you have a greenhouse, then you can do it any time of season. So, I mean, that's what I like about it. Like, you can diversify in Stardew Valley and still progress, regardless of what you do. Yeah, mining does get rough if you don't like the combat aspect of it. Fishing is definitely the more peaceful way to go. I can understand that. Especially when you're in the skull caverns and there's those flying things coming at you, and they'll one-shot you or two-shot you if you're not, like, wearing, you know, good enough clothes or what have you. Especially in multiplayer when you can't pause it. Like, that's the worst. Crystallariums. What are the crystallariums? Are those the ones that duplicate crystals? Like, you just put a bunch of diamonds in them and they spawn new diamonds? I like the idea of the lightning rods, so that you can just get a bunch of batteries and sell batteries. But lightning seems to only occur like once or twice every season, and never in winter. So you'd have to build a lot of lightning rods and then you'll have a ton of batteries, but it's only for the one season. You know what I mean? Like, lightning doesn't occur enough, I think, for you to have a ton of lightning rods and make your money that way. But who knows? I'm sure there's a mod to increase the rate at which thunderstorms happen. There's a mod for everything else in that game. Not that I'm complaining. Yeah, I like doing that too. Building those containers that convert, say, berries into wine. Like those barrels, whatever. Like, I like doing that too. I like building like a factory in Stardew Valley and just pumping out everything that I could possibly think of and diversifying income that way. Like, it's not as efficient because, like, if you build like 300 crystallariums and just concentrate on diamonds, like, yeah, you're gonna make a crap ton of money. You won't even need to diversify. But I like spawning into my farm and seeing rows of different things being made. That way I can produce those things and give them as gifts to the people and then rank up my relationship with them. But, again, that's the beauty of Stardew Valley. You can do almost anything with it. Oh, that whip spider's gonna kick the crap out of my ants. We're out of food storage space again. We've got 30,000 food. I may have to just bite the bullet and start upgrading these ants.
The workers have done all they can to prepare this brood chamber.
Can you make a lot of money from cooking, or do you use the food mainly for stamina and other buffs? The problem with cooking is that you need to upgrade your house first before you can even start. I mean, I think, can't you cook in an NPC's house, though? Like, isn't it George's house or something you can go into and cook that way if you really needed to? But, like, to have your own kitchen, you have to first upgrade your house, which requires a ton of money. Is anyone gonna kill this spider? I'm just asking for a friend. Alright, Royal Guard, get in there. I gotcha. Yeah. That's what I mean, though, like... But to get your house at maximum, you have to spend a lot of money and resources to do it. And by then, you'll have income from another source, so you really won't need the cooking aspect. But, like I said, you can use the food, which you had indicated too, for yourself, for mining or what have you. That's one thing I haven't done yet in Stardew Valley is have a child. In the older Harvest Moon games, you could have children. Like, there were certain ones you could do different things with. That was cool. Like, I miss playing some of those older Harvest Moon games.
The workers have done all they can to prepare this brood chamber.
I think my first one was on the Super Nintendo. I think. Yeah. I would love to see another Stardew Valley game, like Stardew Valley 2. I think that would be really cool. Not that they need to, because Stardew Valley in itself, like you said, is a huge game. I'm just saying, I would love to see a sequel come out at some point. One that would be even bigger and better.
The workers have done all they can to improve these food stores.
Hi, Synthetic Utopia, how are you? Long time no talk. What you been doing? How have I been? Huh? Loaded question. All things considered, we're doing okay. Like, family's safe and, you know, quarantine. Oh, you've been busy moving. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while. I thought maybe something had happened. I'm glad that it's just that. I know what moving's like. I bought a house. Well, this is my second house now that I've bought, so moving is just terrible, especially when you don't have the movers lined up and you have to do things yourself. And hopefully it's not too stressful of a move. The worst part in moving is if you're moving from an old house or from an old house to a new house. Like, if you're dealing with houses that are like century homes, trying to get someone to sign off on, oh yeah, the house is sound and won't fall down and all that crap, like for insurance purposes, title and all that crap, like that's the worst. But if you're dealing with newer houses, it's not that bad. That's good. I'm glad to hear it. Is it a far move? Like, hopefully it's not like across state or across country. The best kind of moving is, you know, the new house that you're buying is like within 10 minutes of your old house, so you can like take things back and forth yourself, which is what I did. I don't think I've seen any of the rare artifacts, Ishwa. Honestly. Are they in the caverns, though? Like, where would you find the rare artifacts? Oh, okay. Cool. My older house, before I moved, was a century home. It was built in 1890. It had those huge sliding wooden doors that separated the rooms. Like, it was beautiful. They were broken half the time. They were off their tracks, and they were heavy. Like, we're talking hundreds of pounds. So, I mean, the house was nice. It was huge, high ceilings. It was a beautiful house, but I just didn't have the money to keep up with it. Yeah, 1890. It was 4 bedrooms, 3 stories, attic, basement. It was huge, but the gas bill was ridiculous. Just the space that it had to heat. That's why I moved into like a 2 bedroom ranch. It's much smaller and easier to maintain. I miss having larger rooms though because I mean yeah, I've got the ferrets again, but they don't have as much room to run around as they used to. But then again, there's not as much to clean up either. No, I lived before I broke up with my ex. There was a family of 5 plus a dog plus 6 ferrets. So she had 2 kids. I had Vinny. So there were 3 kids involved, and then me and my ex. And then when we separated, it was just me, Vinny, and my new dog that I adopted because she had taken the old one. So with a three people in one house, including the dog. Like it was just too much space for 3 people. So Idly did move in, but then we moved to a smaller place after that. It just made more sense. Even with Idly and 3 people and a dog, it was still too much space. Yeah, I mean, it was a nice house, but like there were issues with it, like the basement, for example. It had one of those old toilets in the basement that it didn't work. It was open to the sewer line, so it always smelled down there. It wasn't safe. So I just sold the house as is because there was a lot of issues. The water line didn't even have a main shutoff valve. For years we never had a main shutoff valve, so like we had to get plumbers in there to bring it up to code, and it was just a nightmare. But once we got it all figured out and sold, it was better. Yeah, that's what you get when you buy old houses or deal with old houses. There's lots of little surprises. Like people had instead of like their insulation that they used when we first bought it were t-shirts and like old t-shirts. That's what they used in between the walls as insulation. So like if the thing caught on fire, forget it. Like there was no anti-burn material. so, so we just had to make sure never to light candles in the house. Yeah, there were old clothes and t-shirts in the walls for insulation. Yeah. I don't know if it was the prior owners or the owners before them or what, but yeah, it was just kind of weird. So did you move into a bigger house then? Or did you move into a smaller one? Yeah, it's comical now that I don't have to deal with it. Oh, okay, cool. That's pretty typical. 3-2. Oh, with a pool. Oh, look at that. Nice. That has to be a pain to clean, though. Is it like an in-ground pool, or is it one of those above-ground pools? In-ground. Okay, well, at least it's in-ground. That's cool. You don't have to deal with those huge things that could break on you. One little leak in those above-ground pools, and, like, that's, like, gallon... You're just yard floods. Mud everywhere. I've seen things. It's not pretty. Oh, that's cool. Hopefully they're not too expensive. That's good. Yeah, what's up? Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, the way I see it, if you're supporting me, whether it be PayPal, Patreon, if you're a Twitch regular in terms of either subscriber or if you're donating bits, whatever. I mean, the fact that you're donating, that's good enough for me. There's no hard and fast rule for that. So yeah, if you're a Patreon subscriber, you're free to recommend games or, if you see something that you like or if you have a suggestion in terms of what kind of content to show or how to show it, that's cool. The people that I have a problem with are the people that they think they're entitled, and it's like everyone wants me to do things a different way, and there's no way for me to keep everyone happy. So the only people I listen to are those that actively support me. Because I do this as a hobby. No one's paying me besides my Patreon and, Twitch supporters. So it's like, those are the people, because they're willing to put their money where their mouth is. It's just, it's only right that I listen to them. You know what I mean? So yeah, if you're a Patreon supporter, absolutely. You can recommend games, and if I have the time and I have the game, then yeah, I'll definitely look at it. Where do you find them, Ishwa? Are they in fossils? Is that where you would get these rare artifacts? What game were you interested in seeing? Just out of curiosity. Oh, from worms. I don't think I really dug for worms. You mean the ones that wiggle out of the ground? You have to use a shovel to dig them. Is that what you're talking about? I usually bypass them. I never have space in my inventory for a shovel because
The workers have done all they can to prepare this brood chamber.
I'm always underground mining, so I need every little bit of space I have. So that's why I never bring the shovel with me. You're over the I guess I'll cook again. Really? Why is that? Is it just too frustrating at this point, or are you burned out on it? Yeah. Majesty 2 is is a game like I want to love, but at the same time, like it's one of those. It's a love-hate relationship, and if I could customize Majesty 2 to be easier and more forgiving, and if I could have, levels be lighter in terms of difficulty as I saw fit, I wouldn't put it down. But as it stands, because the game is so rigid, it's like it's a shame. It could have been so much better than what it is. Like, because I love the idea of a town defense game. I like the medieval setting. I like going out and doing quests and stuff, but I don't like a dragon that spawns within 30 seconds of the match starting and burning your houses down, like before you can even react to anything. Like, it's just like whoever designed the game, like their idea of balance is completely skewed. And like it's like they pushed the game out the door before widespread testing was done, and it's a shame. It really is. I'm surprised that no one has attempted to mod the game to make it better. But I don't even know if you can mod it, with it being an old game like that, or maybe the files aren't moddable. I don't know. Because you and I cannot be the only ones that feel that way about Majesty 2. Yeah, they had a harsh childhood, so they wanted to take it out on other people. Let's design a game that everyone will like up until it becomes too hard to play it. Yeah, really. Like, I can get past the first, I think, 5 or 6 levels before it becomes to a point where I'm like, this is just too much. I mean, yes, I beat, like, I beat the one level. Like, there were a couple levels that, you had me play or whatever. I can't remember which ones they were, but I had to replay them multiple times to beat them. They were frustrating, but I did it. But they were more frustrating than they needed to be, I think. I would love to see a Majesty 3 where it was more customizable, more up-to-date. More customization options. I would love to see that. But I don't think the company behind that Majesty 2 would do it. Kingdom Two Crowns is kind of the same way. Kingdoms by itself, what was it? The first Kingdom that came out, the 2D town defense, that was really hard, and I gave it a lot of flack. Then Kingdom Two Crowns came out, which was the sequel to it, and it was more manageable. So, like, in terms of a town defense game, that's the one that I would recommend playing if you're trying to scratch that itch. Because the first level only has, like, you're only being attacked from one side. So if you don't mind that, then, you could just sit there and just keep playing. I love a good town defense game, I really do. Wow, food stores are full again.
The workers have done all they can to prepare this brood chamber. The workers have done all they can to improve this highway.
Was it like the something age or something? It was like, it was a 3D version of Kingdom Two Crowns. Or was it like from a while ago? A few years ago? Okay. I've released so many videos at this point, I couldn't possibly go through all my old videos. I don't remember if I even covered it. Oh, Evil Defenders. Okay. Wasn't Evil Defenders a tower defense game? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it is. I just saw Great TDG. Okay. So, I mean, like, I guess tower defense is slightly different, though, than town defense. But it's still a pretty good game. It got hard, though, didn't it? At some point, like, it got pretty challenging. I think I did cover it at one point. I just don't remember how long ago. I think there were, like, mortar towers and... gosh. It has been a couple of years. There were, like, ogre mortar towers and... like, different themed towers based off of ogres and trolls and something or other. Monster tower. Yeah, mortar towers, yeah. I'm old, but I remember something. Oh, I don't remember the soundtrack. That's cool. That's one thing I love about video games. Like, there are some video games out there that have fantastic soundtracks. Like, case in point, Civilization. like between Baba Yetu and then Civilization
The
6.
workers have done all they can to prepare this brood chamber. The workers have done all they can to improve this highway.
Even back in the Nintendo days, like there was a Nintendo game called, I think it was just Batman. It was based off of the Jack Nicholson Joker Batman from the movie. The soundtrack to that, like the first level, was really good. Okay, so this is a quick cut, obviously. I had to quit the video early just because the slowdowns were just too much. 8 frames per second. I tried deleting ants, I tried lowering the graphic settings, and it was just unplayable. So I'm going to consider that a win. I had 150 some ants, and they were kicking the crap out of any Uber that spawned up to that point, so I see no reason not to call it a win. If you guys haven't already, subscribed to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I'm going to publish. This is Vince, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Take care.